Hi guys, Steph here. Right, now I was rummaging about the other day through my stock. I was looking for a specific pen, and as always, because I've still got lots and lots of lovely pens in stock that are waiting to be restored, I came across this one and I thought, oh right, that's a lovely pen. It deserves to be restored and it deserves someone to be using the pen. So here's the pen in question. When I found it, it was a little bit tired. It was a little bit discoloured. So what I've done, I've cleaned everything internally, and it's now ready to go. So as I said, it's a lovely pen. It deserves, well, it doesn't deserve to be sat at the bottom of a drawer somewhere. It deserves someone to be actually using it and to be enjoying the pen. So what we'll do, we'll find a new home for this gorgeous pen. Now, what is it? Let's go straight to the barrel imprint for you. Okay, so there we have it. It says, well, it's got a Swan logo first of all to the left, as you can see. Then it has the Swan. Just below that, it has Safety Screw Cap. And then maybe Todd and Company. Well, maybe Todd and Company, is it limited? And then to the very bottom, made in England. So it's a Swan pen. It's the Safety Screw Cap version. And then to the very bottom of the barrel, if I just show you there, you can see it has C2 and then underneath medium. Now the medium, assuming, relates to the nib, but I'm not too sure what the C2 indicates. So once again, anybody out there, if you know, please share it with us. Let us know. As I always say, we're always learning something new every day. Now the size of this pen, from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, 136 millimeters capped. It's approximately a tad under 10 millimeters in diameter, and it comes in this lovely black chased hard rubber. You can see the chasing there running throughout the pen. Now the date of the pen, I mean, it's a antique fountain pen, and I'm dating it in sort of around about the 1920s, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe into the maybe 1918 or something like that. I've read that somewhere, but yeah, anything between sort of 1910, 1920. So a very early Swan pen. And as it says on the barrel, it's the Safety Screw Cap, because a lot of these pens of that particular period, they had what we term as a slip cap, which self-explanatory means that it slips on and slips off the pen itself. And I believe this is the first pen that, well, I know Swan, that made a screw cap, and they termed it as a Safety Screw Cap pen. Okay, so that's the reason for the name, but a very, very nice example. Now, when I say the cap here being a Safety Screw Cap, in effect, what the reasoning being behind it is, well, actually, if I undo the finial for you, like so, there you go. You can see this little sort of inner cap here, and what happens is the section sits flush with this particular inner cap here, and sort of, if you like, sort of seals the pen, supposedly preventing any ink from leaking. And that's the idea of the safety screw cap. Also, when I actually sort of got the pen from inside the drawer, it actually came with this, what we term, or I term, as a accommodation clip. Okay, so there it is. It came with that. Now, as I say, I'm going to look for a new owner for this pen. I'll send this clip with it, or if the new owner wants, I'll pop it onto the cap itself. In effect, all it does is just simply pushes on like so. But underneath, a little bit interest there for you. You can see it has a registered trademark to the top there. And then to the centre, it's got Swan. To the very bottom, they termed it as a fit-on clip. I call it an accommodation clip. And then to the bottom there, you can see it's got number 2. So it's obviously the correct clip made for this particular pen. So I've cleaned it up, nice and clean. As I say, it will be sent with this pen, or if the new owner wants me to, I'll basically pop it on the cap for them. So let's unscrew the safety cap. And there's the pen in question. Let's give it a couple of little twirls. It's in gorgeous condition, as you can see there. I've seen these being advertised online. I've seen them in a brown colour, in a horrible looking colour. I've seen them dirty. This one, as you can see, is absolutely superb. There's the section. It's got quite a long section. On the section to the bottom there, we've also got the Swan, and it says number 2 to the end there. So it's got the correct section. And then if we take you up to this lovely nib, there we go. The imprint reads Mabie, Todd and Company, and then it's got NY for New York, and then to the very bottom there, it's got the number 2. So it's the correct nib for this pen, and as you can see there, it's the New York nib. Some of these pens I've seen have a later nib. This is the older type nib for this particular pen. There's a sideways view. There's the feed underneath, again nice and clean. It's got the word Swan on the feed as well. Looking very nice indeed. Everything, as I said, has been thoroughly cleaned. It's a long pen. Even with my large hands, it's nice and comfortable to hold. And one thing I've not mentioned, nice and simple, how do we fill the pen? It's what we term as an eyedropper fountain pen, which means, now what I'll do, because it's always interesting with these pens, what we do, we simply unscrew the section. There's the section. You can see the feed has this cone to the end here. You can see I've added a little bit of silicone grease to the threads there. And what we do, in fact, what we'll do, I've come a little bit prepared. I've got a syringe. You can use a syringe. You can use a pipette. You can use an old eyedropper if you've got one. But what we'll do, right, I've got this filled up with ink. There might be a little bit too much there for me. But what we'll do, let's just syringe a little bit. I think that'll do. I don't want too much. I don't want it overflowing. Let's just put the excess into the bottle. Screw the section back on. There we go. And hopefully the silicone grease prevents any kind of leakage. So let's see how the pen writes. So it may just take a little while for the ink to sort of feed through the cleaned section, but let's just see. Let's just give it a little bit of, just bear with me. Let's just give it, there we go, get the ink sort of flowing. It always takes a little bit for the ink to start running through because, as I said, everything has been cleaned. So let's try again. There we go. So we've got the Swan. As we said, this is the Safety Screw Cap pen, made in England and made by Mabie, Todd and Company. And as we said, the date wise, I don't know, 1910. I'd say a little bit earlier than 1920s, but writing very nicely. Now the question is, for this particular nib, does it have any flex? So well, I think the answer in this particular case is yes, it does. So it has a flexi nib, and again, there we go. One more time for you people. There we have it. Look at that. So yeah, writing with a medium nib, as it says on the barrel, with a little bit of a downward stroke. Look at that. We're getting flex in the nib. We're getting lovely line variation in the writing. So, as we'd expect, yes, it has a flexi nib. So what we'll do, we'll empty the pen after the video, and as I said, we're going to find a new home for the pen and let the new owner have many years of enjoyment with this gorgeous antique fountain pen. So there we have it. So not only the pen, as just mentioned, we've also got the accommodation clip there, which I'll send that with the pen to the new owner, or as I say, if they request that I pop it on, I'll do that with pleasure. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoyed showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment down below, give the video a thumbs up if you will. Don't forget to subscribe as well. But for now, I'm just going to say Slavo Ukraini from me and this lovely pen. Bye bye for now.